For a long time, Cardano is kind of known for its slow, steady, almost academic approach to things. But wow, something has definitely shifted. Today, we're going to dive into this absolute surge of activity that's happening across the entire ecosystem. I'm talking DeFi protocols pulling in triple-digit returns, gaming worlds getting a serious dose of reality, you name it. We're going to look at the financial, the cultural, and the foundational layers to see what's really being built. So let's get right into it.
14 million. That's a huge number. But what does it actually mean? Well, according to World Mobile Token, these aren't just transactions on a ledger. These are real-world actions happening on the network. Think of it like 14 million little moments of connection, of value being exchanged. It's proof that Cardano's whole idea of a sharing economy, it's not just a theory anymore. It's actually being put to work. This number right here is basically our proof of life.
Okay, so you see all that activity, but where's the value really coming from? Well, it all starts with the financial engine. So first up, let's explore Cardano's DeFi space and see exactly how developers are building out a brand new, decentralized economy on top of this foundation. 100% APY. No, that is not a typo. Since tweaking its parameters, Strike Finance has actually delivered this as its all-time return for liquidity providers. In a market where yield is absolutely king, a number like this just screams about the raw financial power that's being unlocked inside Cardano's DeFi world.
But look, anyone in crypto knows that crazy returns can disappear overnight, right? The real test is whether it's sustainable. And this quote from the Strike team, it tells you everything about their philosophy. They're trying to build a machine that's designed to be profitable in any market. That's a super bold claim. And it's not just about high yields, it's about being resilient.
And you know what? They've got the numbers to back it up. Just look at this. They engineered a turnaround of 2.3 million ADA, flipping from a loss to a huge profit. They're handling about $10 million in daily volume. And get this, in 1 week, they captured over 70% of all the trading on Cardano. That's not just growth, my friends. That is straight-up market dominance. So yield is one thing, but trust is something else entirely. And that's what Danogo is tackling with leverage trading. They're taking a radically decentralized route. So unlike the big centralized platforms, everything here happens on-chain. There's no single oracle you have to worry about being manipulated, and no central company holding onto your funds. For traders who are sick and tired of counterparty risk, that difference, well, it's everything.
And it's not just them. This whole idea of building trust, it's popping up everywhere. You've got Surf just nailing its security audits, aiming for that institutional-grade confidence. You have Pulse making its smart contracts totally open source so anyone can see what's going on. Then there's Bodega Market, literally sharing profits with its community. And even the governance is on fire, with massive community support for a new liquidity proposal. This, right here, is what a mature, healthy ecosystem looks like.
All right, so we've got the financial engine humming, but a great ecosystem is more than just money, right? It's also about culture. So now let's switch gears and move to that experiential layer and see how gaming and NFTs are building these vibrant new worlds on Cardano.
Welcome to Infinity Rising, where the virtual world just got a heavy dose of reality. I mean, check this out. The latest update adds a full-on survival system for players. So forget infinite health. Now you actually have to eat, drink, manage your stamina. There are real consequences for taking damage or getting exhausted. This is way more than just another game update. This is the literal foundation for a truly immersive and persistent world. So when you're building these incredible worlds, it begs a really important question for pretty much any project in this space. Whether it's a game or an NFT collection, how do you build a truly loyal community? The kind that actually sticks around for the long haul.
Well, one really powerful answer to that question is through some clever tokenomics. CNFT Tools just rolled out this thing called custodial staking, and it creates this awesome flywheel effect. So here's how it works. Step 1, you let users lock up their NFTs, which pulls them out of circulation. Step 2, that scarcity can help stabilize the price. Step 3, you reward those loyal holders with exclusive access to stuff. And the result, you're not just building a community, you're building real long-term commitment.
Of course, you don't always need super complex tokenomics. Sometimes the direct approach is still the best. Risk Gaming is going a bit old school here, rallying their community with live social events and NFT giveaways. It's a simple formula, but it's so effective. Show up for your community, and they will absolutely show up for you.
Okay, for our last section, let's pop the hood and look at the engine itself.
I mean, none of the DeFi apps or the gaming worlds we've just talked about would even be possible without a super strong foundation. So let's take a look at the core infrastructure that's being built right now.
Okay, quick heads up. On the next slide, you're going to see a term AWS Fargate. Don't let it scare you. All you really need to know is that it's a tool that lets developers build and scale their apps without having to worry about managing all the servers underneath. It's all about efficiency and power.
All right, so keeping that Fargate idea in mind, take a look at Surge's new architecture. Now, don't worry about all the acronyms, just focus on what they do. An application load balancer? That stops the platform from crashing by spreading out the traffic. An ECS cluster? That lets them scale up instantly whenever demand spikes. This isn't just some tech checklist. It's a blueprint for a professional-grade financial platform that's built to be secure, reliable, and ready for massive, massive volume.
And you know, infrastructure isn't always just about code. Sometimes it's about actual physical hardware. And as this chart shows, Banker Labs is scaling up its physical mining operations, and they're doing it aggressively. That first bar? That's where they are now, with 7 sites around the world. Then look at the next one. That's their near-term expansion, new facilities and more miners coming online as we speak. And that massive bar on the right? That's their future potential, with up to $2 million ready to be deployed. This is the physical backbone scaling up to support the whole digital ecosystem.
And at the end of the day, you know the strongest foundation isn't code or hardware, it's people. Building those human connections is absolutely key. And here, we see the Delta DeFi team sharing what they're working on directly with Cardano's founder, Charles Hoskinson. And this is so much more than a photo op, it's proof of a collaborative community where builders can get direct feedback and support, which strengthens the entire ecosystem from the inside out.
And that's really the big picture here, isn't it? From the deep-down infrastructure to the complex DeFi protocols, all the way up to the cultural layers of gaming and NFTs, every single part of the Cardano stack is being built out, all at the same time. This isn't just isolated progress in different corners, it's a full system upgrade. So the final question is, with fire on every level, which layer is going to spark the next big breakthrough?